gifted with so much wiggling, which is what Grayson made me call my dancing. And so for that, I apologize, because you just get scooting instead, which is equally as divinely sexual in nature. I say scoot, scoot. Yes, now you know what I'm into. Anyway, oh, look at this. Yes, centered. Hey guys, so I'm Hannah Hart, and I love you guys, and I love the city of San Francisco. Although, because of the fact it's where I'm from, I very rarely come here because everyone I know lives here. So that's what it's like to go home again. Anyway. I want to read something to you guys for my cringe corner, which is the name of what we do when we have to share embarrassing facts, you guys, because we decided that was the theme of the show. So my cringe corner comes from a time. Thank you. Yes, that is what I said when I hurt my foot. No, really though, it was so bizarre. When I was running down the hill and I hurt my foot, I went, ow! 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 And you know what I mean? In those weird moments where you're like, have I just hurt myself? Surely not. Also, I'll never die. These are the lies we tell ourselves, much like this lie I'm about to tell you. So I might not always have been the very cool, confident, casual, totally, another adjective that begins with C, cadaver. That's not even an adjective, it's a noun, it doesn't count. Cucumber, that's a food. Anyway, silly stuff, silly stuff. I might have always been this cool, confident person you see before you. In fact, when I was living in San Francisco at the age of 23, in my gay years, freshly out of college, freshly out to everyone I knew, I was experimenting with an online dating website known as OkCupid. Which, by the way, has changed. Wow, somebody loves Oh man. It's changed a lot. I went on the other day and it was like, there's an A-list now, and I'm like, oh wow, there's lots of ways to date online. Just kidding. But seriously though, I did have an account. Anyway, long story short, I went on a date with this girl and it was horrible. And because I was really drunk. The date may have been subpar, but I don't know because I was wasted. And thus I, in true Hannah Hart fashion, I decided to write an essay and then send it to her the next day via email. So this particular email takes place in the year of 2010 and in the month of June. Oh God. Great. So anyway, it starts off, with a metaphor. Oh my God. Hey! You know how in elementary school all the kids would get together and play kickball on the asphalt with one of those bouncy red balls? And how? Oh, there's a drinking game, I forgot. The drinking game is every time I stop out of sheer humiliation, because it's the last show, so I'm going to read the whole thing. You guys have to drink to make me feel better. With one of those bouncy red balls. And how if, when it was your turn to kick, and the bell rang and you got distracted and missed, then both teams in a moment of empathetic camaraderie would recognize the play as a do-over? Well, I call do-over. If you're wondering what the subject line of the email was, it was the words do-over. Don't worry, it gets worse. Here's the rub. This is a real thing. I wrote this to another human. Here's the rub. I was hammered the night we met. I didn't expect you to be quite so so funny, smart, motivated, impressive. And at least from what I remember, you were all around a top-notch gal. I wrote these words. These are direct quotes. This is from my inbox. And then I start negging, which for those of you who aren't familiar with the concept, negging is where this is something I have dropped completely from my life and never neg anybody because it's silly. So negging is basically being like, so somebody will be like, what? And you're like, I hope that made sense. Anticipating a bust. I was already a couple drinks in before arriving at the bar, planning on meeting up with my friends from the get-go. Comma. So that's the meanwhile. Then a couple more drinks in, on my way out of the door from Butter, the bar we met at to head to the club. Anyway, I think I had a drink there. Long story short, despite whatever semblance of coherence you may have seen, I was already embarrassingly drunk. This is where it gets stupid. And for that, I apologize. Also, I'm pretty sure I didn't even say goodbye to you that night. So if I was rude, again, I apologize. And man, did I even ask you about meeting Ariana Huffington? Probably not, right? Freaking oi! And by that I mean, when I woke up in a horrible panic from the date I had ruined, I found your card this week and went to check out the website for the place where you work. And I wanted to hear more about the work you do. Did I mention? Fuck it. Did I mention that I also work as a program coordinator? It was my college job for 3 years, working to organize 12 multimedia workshops for a year for mid-career journalists who had been laid off, looking to get a leg up in this new media hullabaloo. You can check it out if you like at multimedia.journalism. Oh my God, I'm horrible. Point being this. I would like for you to meet my sober self. I like to think she's substantially more engaging, albeit just as lispy. I leave for a wedding on Thursday, but next week if you're down, I'm game for a lunch or a tea or whatever. Hopefully in a place more conducive to conversation. Take care, Hannah. So that's the email I sent. Thanks, guys. Because I think we can really work ourselves up into thinking that we are in control of every situation that possibly could happen. And thus, if this person you were out on a date with was so amazing, truly you were at fault for ruining it by getting blackout drunk. And I thought that for a month until I moved on with my life. But then, 2 years later, oh my God, I had retribution. Some date in 2013. The email reply begins as this. Fellow lesbian. And truly at this moment I was like, what is it? Oh gosh, I've blown up the internet. Link to whitepeoplemourningmittromney.tumblr.com. I could desperately use some advice on how to capitalize on all of this. I know. Thank you for anyone who works in the new media sector. What a disgusting statement. I've gotten 1.5 million unique views in 3 days. Demographic stats attached below. And as if that wasn't bad enough, hope you're well, so proud of your success, especially since it means that I can say we had a bad date because you were too drunk, and now you're famous for it. Oh my God, what a fucking cunt. Anyway guys, it's very cathartic for you to allow me the ability to relive those moments in this way, where every time you feel good about something, literally a crowd full of people cheers on your behalf. So thank you for that gift that you've given me. And I guess that the only thing I want to say about this is that even when you think that you've made a terrible, terrible mistake, maybe you actually haven't. And maybe there's a reason everything's happened. And even if you spent years making that same mistake over and over again, it's okay, because now you've moved past it and you can see it for what it was. And you look and you're like, oh, I made a mistake. Cool, that means I have the rest of my life to do better.